My title knows I mean only her welfare.
His father has entrusted me with his education and welfare.
How would you like that? Your wife and kids have to go on welfare like niggas.
I'm up for welfare, man. That's gonna blow it for me.
Call health and welfare.
Met him for the first time at a welfare conference.
And for the spiritual welfare
Six above all else.
Who clearly isn't concerned about their welfare.
What do you want to sleep with her? You got a wife and two kids on welfare.
Not now. I can't talk to you about this now.
A leech on the welfare state in addition.
Sister cheats on welfare by pretending one of her babies is still alive. My daddy...
My title knows I mean only her welfare. Am I right, title?
Yes, Papa.
This is my young novice, Adzor of Milk. His father has entrusted me with his education and welfare.
Your lady's got to go on welfare. How would you like that? Your wife and kids have to go on welfare like niggas. Dylan, you got to do something for me.
I do. I'm up for welfare, man. That's gonna blow it for me.
So, set up Jocko.
I've been violent with my staff, and I'm afraid you're going to have to come and pick him up. I'll have to call health and welfare.
No, don't do that. I'll be right there to pick him up.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Home to Philadelphia. I met him for the first time at a welfare conference. I fell in love with him.
General, these gentlemen are here from the States looking over our program for the spiritual welfare of the men.
Good. Stick with us. We'll take you right into Palermo.
Colonel Dave.
When danger threatens, it is a king's duty to put the welfare of his subjects above all else. That is why we summoned you here.
Corrigible, and being reared by a father who clearly isn't concerned about their welfare, but is himself just a large child.
You got two kids on welfare now. What do you want to sleep with her? You got a wife
Please,
and two kids
Mom,
on welfare.
not now. I can't talk to you about this now.
Look, what are you
Mom,
going to do?
please.
All right, come out. Come.
Got a steady income. I'm on the dole.
A leech on the welfare state in addition. You don't miss a trick.
Other truth is, my brother's in prison. My sister cheats on welfare by pretending one of her babies is still alive. My daddy's dead, and my mama weighs 312 pounds.
So what's next? Welfare payments? The right to marry? Where does it stop? They're taking our jobs, endangering...
The officer of the deck is equally as responsible for his duties as I am for the welfare of this ship. And one thing more, mister. War is a 20...
He disobeyed an order. And because he did, because he exercised his own set of values, because he made a decision about the welfare of a Marine that was in conflict with an order of yours, he was punished.
Of its industry, newspapers, and other odds and ends. Now, if I felt that you had the welfare of the state at heart like I have, I'd say you were a man to watch.
Yeah, he's trying to make ends meet for his cut and welfare. You're fucking on.
It's 8-6.
Ensure domestic tranquility. Provide for the common defense. Promote the general welfare.
How many county judges in Alabama?
This bill named the Act of Supremacy, whereunder the king is declared to be supreme in all matters relating to the welfare of his subjects, both spiritual and temporal.
Sire, the Third Reich worked for the benefit of people. He has suggested that we sterilized men for the welfare of the country. He has suggested that perhaps the old...
When they take Nancy, we go back in the line.
Oh, wow, Captain. I don't think you have the welfare of your men at heart. Now, look, this is a big town with a lot of...
You want to stay alive and ante up? You want to play it cheap? Be on welfare the whole winter. I don't want no volunteers.
I don't know. Inhumane.
What happened to calling child welfare in the fucking second mile?
Look, we just got...
Do not consider Miss Brown merely as a maid. No, we are very proud of our Clooney and interested in her welfare. And above all, in her friends.
And in these permissive days, I'm the one that has to worry about her moral welfare.
Can't be easy.
I thought you had that friend.
Yeah, right. Strange. At least I ain't a lawyer on welfare. Right?
I have a son.
No protests, madame. I speak only for your own welfare.
Well,
The answer is still no. The only concern of the court, Mr. Cheney, is the welfare of your son. What does he call permanent employment in a suitable home?
About the stairs. I was just
was just thinking of the welfare.
And a husband that beats her up like this with a broken arm and a bashed-in face to move out of her house into a welfare center in order to get therapy is just a lot of horse shit. Excuse me. I wouldn't do it, would you?
Where would you be without the social welfare?
I couldn't agree more, Michael. A ʻwel.feár. It's only...
It also says that the newspaper will be dedicated to the welfare of the nation and to the principles of a free press.
You on welfare?
No.
You should be on welfare. Welfare, we both have jobs. That's too bad. I'm sorry, I can't.
You can continue to raise and sell the birds, but the profits will be turned over to the prison welfare fund. And you will receive a salary in the form of a share of the profit.
All right.
Welfare takes away a man's strongest reason for working, which is survival. And that weakens the will.
Giving you the runaround is the furthest thing from my mind. My sole concern is for the welfare of my patients.
It's bad for business if people start getting better.
Please let the record show.
Excuse me, Your Honor, I'm talking about entrusting an 8-year-old's welfare in the hands of someone whose record shows has been diagnosed.
Read that to me. Here she is. She was left at the Tulsa, Oklahoma Child Welfare Services when she was 4 years old. A girl named Tulsa happened.
Piss about.
Piss about?
Yes. And I'd appreciate it if you would take our welfare. That's mine and your welfare just a little bit more fucking...
I'm Daisy Fuller.
I'm David Hernandez with the Orleans Parish Department of Child Welfare Services. He was living in a condemned building.
He is mindful of your goodness and past loyalty, and in any matter that concerns your honor and welfare, he will continue your good lord.
You will convey my humble gratitude.
For the city of New York, you know?
So what do you mean by a wake-up call?
Well, he's saying we've
actually
got people execute by design. People's welfare. In our director.
What I've seen.
Putting people to work in this country is what we ought to be doing. It's far better to have someone with a job than collecting a welfare check.
We're up here trying to carry the water for him. I've carried more water.
Tracy,
Who is it?
I'm Mrs. Scaff. I'm from the welfare department.
The welfare department?
I'm afraid we're going to have to take the little boy to the orphanage.
How do you feel about the senator's stand on welfare?
I don't really know the senator's stand on welfare, but I'm sure it's a good stand.
You sure that?
Yeah.
Your friend Remo for the money that he owes you. You know what he told me? He told me to take my kids down to the police station and get on welfare.
Carrie, it's gonna be okay.
Even...
We come to take back our welfare!
What are you talking about?
From all your bloody queers!
What the hell's going on?
Minnesota Vikings.
Except she's not going to win. This woman is a single welfare mother with 2 kids out of wedlock, a sordid sexual history.
We don't know if that's...
Okay, everybody else thinks they did a good... Well, you didn't. You can't go risking your life, especially the welfare of Kara and Lawrence and someone like Rachel. Fine, she practically begged for this to happen to her.
I have a family at home. I cannot allow you to jeopardize the welfare of the entire crew.
I'll sponsor him. Jesse's welfare will come out of our budget. Anyone with pending cases or leads for Jesse.
I can remember a time when being a Democrat meant something more than just giving welfare recipients a safety net. It meant giving them a ladder. It meant giving them
housing, education, viniculture, and any other Romans contributing to the welfare of Jews of both sexes and hermaphrodites. Signed on behalf of the PFJ, etc.
Oh, my. King Richard will be deeply moved to hear of your concern for my welfare.
Yes, I'm afraid the...
Great. We're living in the welfare state. I call it the farewell state, soldier's farewell.
Plain common sense.
I was always against using force.
Not one of us would hesitate to die for the true welfare of the nation. But people of Prague, I
mean, we use 6 cents, and at the end of the week, you get your sandwich.
Are you gonna be an asshole?
What am I, fucking sandwich welfare? I think you should establish a good line of credit. You like how you bought your car?
Or 60 Minutes with his cheap skepticism.
I have to put my family's welfare on the line here, my friend. And what are you putting up? You're putting up words.
Words.